today we are going to be, taking a topic, simultaneous equations, and it's one topic that, of course, we can't run away from in maths, right? And the question here, and of course, when you say you are solving a question simultaneously, it means you are solving two equations at the same time. If what we had was to be x plus 2 equals to 5, of course, this can be solved on its own because it has only one variable, which is x. So, of course, here your x is 3, right? So this is straightforward. But if you have x plus y equals to 6, and of course it becomes really, really difficult to know what x and y is. Some will say x is 1, your y is 5. Some will say x is 2, your y is 4. Some will say x is 3, your y is 3. Some will say x is 4, y is 2. Some will say x is minus 5 and your y is 11. So x and y can take whatever value you have. But when you have two variables, then you probably need you would probably need another equation to solve the two of them at the same time, and that's what it means by a simultaneous equation, right? So this question here, we have 4x plus 2y equal to 10. We have 5x plus 3y equal to 12. We are told to find the values of x and y which will fit into the two equations as it stands. There are so many methods of solving simultaneous equations. We have the substitution, we have the elimination, we have the graphical, we have the matrix method, and we have the Cramer's rule. The list is endless. There are so many ways we can solve this equation, but for purpose of this class, we will be using the elimination method, which means to eliminate. To eliminate means to take out, right? So what are we taking out? Are we just going to tell something to leave? We can't just ask x to leave. We can't just ask y to leave. We have to cajole them to live in, and the act of cajoling is what we need to take serious, if we are going to understand this topic. So the question is straightforward. We have 4x plus 2y is equal to 10, and we have 5x plus 3y is equal to 12. Now you have to make a choice. Are you going to eliminate x, or do you want to eliminate the y? The choice is entirely yours. If I choose to eliminate x, it's not because I just want to eliminate x. I just feel like I'm not under any form of compulsion to eliminate x. But you need to make a choice. If it's x you want to eliminate, it's fine. If it's y, it's fine. But now I have chosen to eliminate x. And when I choose x, the next thing is to make sure that the coefficients of x are the same. The same way, if you choose to eliminate the y, you must also make sure the coefficients of your y, are the same. Whatever variable you choose to eliminate, ensure that they have the same coefficients. So if I've chosen x, it means to make them the same, I can multiply the first equation by 5 and multiply the second one by 4. Right, I just had to interchange the coefficients. The 4 on top came down and the 5 at the bottom went up. If I had chosen to eliminate y, then what I'd have been doing there would have been times 3 and times 2. The 3 would have gone up and the 2 would have returned to the ground. So once I have taken this step, the 5 here will multiply everything on equation 1. So 4x times 5 is 20x. 2y times 5 is 10y. And of course, your 10 times 5 is 50. Even though we times by 5 because of x, but at the end of the day, it affects everything on on the equation. So the other one becomes 5x times 4. That's the same 20x. We have 3y times 12 and times 4. That's 12y. and we have 12 times 4, that should be 48. So once this has been achieved, we can subtract. Now, why are we subtracting? Because we know that 20x minus 20x would cancel out. So 20x minus 20x is canceling, and that means it has been eliminated. Your 10y minus 12y is minus 2y, right? And your 50 minus 48 is 2. Your 20x minus 20x has cancelled out. 10y minus 12y is minus 2y, and 50 minus 48 is 2. So from here, your y is going to be 2 divided by minus 2, and that should give us the minus 1. So we've gotten our y as minus 1. You can also go through the same route of going back to the question again, reset the question. We eliminated x to find y. You can also come back and say, okay, I want to reset the question, go back to status quo and eliminate your y to find x. Or alternatively, you can just come into any of the equations. Say I go to equation 1, and what is equation 1? That's 4x plus 2y equal to 10. I can just decide to substitute the y, which I already have, to be minus 1. So I have 4x. Of course, your 2y would simply mean 2 times minus 1. 2y means 2 times y, and since your y is minus 1, 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, and that's equal to 10. And if you notice here, there is a plus and a minus. A plus times a minus should become a minus. So we have 4x minus 2 equal to 10. If we attempt to solve this equation, we attempt to solve the equation over there, we are going to have the 4x to be equal to 10 plus 2, because you are adding to the both sides to move the 2 away from the left hand side. So we can have 4x equal to 12, and from here your x is always going to be 12 divided by 4, and that is 3. So in this question here, you notice that your x is 3 and your y is minus 1. If you test it in on the 2 equations, let's test it on equation 1. Your 4x is 4 times 3, that is 12. 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. Of course, 12 minus 2 is always going to be 10. If you test it in equation 2, 5 times x, that's 5 times 3, that's 15. 5 times 3 is 15. Then 3 times minus 1 is minus 3. And 15 minus 3 also is 12. So that's how to use the elimination method to solve simultaneous equations. I hope that we have all learned 1 or 2 things from this video. Do not forget to keep supporting us by liking, by sharing, by subscribing, and see you all very, very soon. Yeah, thank you all and have a wonderful day ahead.